Once again, people, we back. It's your host, L.R.Player, back with another episode from the Jump Rope community where I discuss topics, tricks, tutorials, workout, whatever you like, and also interview my fellow people, family, friends from the Jump Rope community. Today, and like any other episodes I have a very, very special guest. Um, to me, like she crushes leg crosses like it's like eating a bowl of cereal. Also, she does other form of fitness as far as like handstand and other flexibility movement. And also, she has a secondary career that we're gonna also get into. So, let me introduce you to Miss Emily. How
Hey,
you doing, Emily?
I'm great. Thanks for that intro.
It's something I'm steady working on, steady working on.
I love it. I went back and watched some of the other episodes. It's like all the intros were so smooth.
Oh, okay. Made me feel good. Made me feel good. It's something that I'm like trying to work on, trying to be a little bit more professional with. As far as like the flow of the words that I come out my mouth and stuff. And then like I try to have me a little cup,
Yeah.
take a little
Yeah,
sippy sip.
in a Batman mug.
Yeah, I'm a Batman fanatic.
Nice. That's awesome.
Ah,
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This is so cool.
yes, ma'am.
I'm excited
So,
to chat.
how long have you been skipping?
So I think it'll like consistently, I think it'll be 3 years this summer. So like August.
Are you a COVID baby like I am?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I know, and I wish I had found your page sooner. I feel like I only stumbled upon your page maybe like a year or so ago, maybe less, and I'm like, where have I been? Why have I not seen his page before this?
Blame
So,
the IG algorithm.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, I did like a little bit of jump rope as a kid, and then I just kind of a couple of years ago got a rope, like like not a very good rope, but I got a rope and was just doing a little bit for fitness, and and then I kind of on Instagram I stumbled upon some accounts and I was like, whoa, there's like so much you can do with the jump rope. I want to like do more because I was just kind of like doing a little bit of like footwork, trying to do some double unders, but just doing it for like a little quick workout. And then I like saw people on Instagram doing leg crosses and crazy stuff, and I was like, I want to do that. So then I got like really hooked. So that's been like 3 years ago, maybe.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the first feel you had when you like like you truly unlocked a skill that like you really want to crush?
Oh,
And which
yeah.
skill was that?
Okay. Um, let's see. Maybe like a toad. I remember trying to practice a toad for a little bit, and even just like turns. I remember trying to do some turns, and the idea of like um jumping even when you're how am I'm not explaining this very well. Like when you turn and you do a swing but you don't jump through the rope, like if you're doing
Right.
a 180 or a 360. I was like, oh, you can keep jumping even if you're not jumping through the rope. It
Right.
seems
It's
so
like
silly now.
keeping the rhythm.
Yeah, yeah. It seems so silly to think about now, but at the time I was like, wow, this is blowing my mind. So just little things like that. I remember just doing turns, like probably a toad. I was pretty excited to get a toad. And then just getting better at like double unders. It took me a while to get double unders, but I think it had to do with the rope I was using. Cause like a lot of people, I had just like a wire rope that I bought, and it just like wasn't really the right thing to start off with. So then
Right.
I got a beaded rope, and that was way better. Even like getting a PVC rope was way better. So
PVC or beat it for
what do
you.
I
Your
like?
favorite. Yeah.
Oh, beaded, but I like both. I like
Yeah.
both. I always kind of warm up with the PVC and do like a little bit of footwork work and some doubles, and then I switch over and do the beaded rope and do tricks and stuff. But I really like the PVC. I just kind of default to the beaded rope because I'm used to it at this point.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? You're kind of you
I
do a
am
little bit of
all over the
everything, right?
place. I'm
Yeah.
all over the place. Um,
And you do some of the weighted ropes. I've never like played around with that at all.
Yeah, I started my jump rope journey officially with the weighted rope because at the time I was like a little frail or skinny, I should say, and I just wanted to build some endurance. So I started out with the weighted ropes. Sorry,
Yeah.
and just been going off from there.
Do you still use them regularly? You like them?
Yes, like especially like when I go to the gym and do resistance training, weight training,
Yeah.
and I do it like as a finisher at the end because if I do it
Oh,
at the beginning, then I just like wasting my whole workout. So
right, right.
I still incorporate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never played around with them, but I mean, I see people online do it. I'm like, wow, that looks, especially like what's the really heavy one, like a 1 pound or 2 pound rope or something.
What?
What's the craziest one? I see like,
So cross rope has a 5 pound rope.
oh my God, that's nuts. Yeah.
Um, I mean, at the moment for me, 2 pounds is my
Two.
limit. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
push it. I don't own a 2 pound one, but 2 pounds is my limit, and I won't
Yeah.
push it past that.
Right. Yeah, those it seems crazy.
So Miss, so I find like you crush unlock combos real fast or crush
Oh.
challenges real fast. So what is your process of like unlocking those or your position procedure of just like crushing challenges like that?
Oh,
Like
well,
what is your method?
well, thanks. I don't know if I don't feel like I do, but thank you.
Oh,
Like crushing them, but um I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if I see something that I want to try, I'll just, save it and screen record it. Definitely screen record it so that I can like watch it really slow. Um and then I try and just like break it down slowly first, whatever it is. And piece it together. Some things come easier than other things. Like, do you know, I spent so many days on this one combo. Do you know Paige? I think her
yes.
handle is, yeah, Paige. She's so good. Everything is so smooth. And so I was trying to do one of her combos and I took like spent just like days on it, like just trying to break it down. And I finally like got through it, but it was just not that smooth. But I was happy that I made it through. So I don't know. I just see stuff that if I like and I want to try it, I just try and break it down really slow first and then kind of piece it together. So yeah.
It's like those things like you just watch like the footwork or like how the hands move. So like after you done
Yeah.
this hard combo from like somebody you didn't watch that
Yeah.
it took you a while, afterwards like the feeling, do you feel like it should have been easier than what it looked like after you done it, like man, this should have been so easy, I couldn't.
Uh, I mean, sometimes, yeah, maybe, but other times I'm like, I got one take and I'll never be able to do that ever again. I think sometimes I just get lucky and make it through, but then I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it again, to be
Or
honest.
even if you want to attempt it again.
Right? Yeah.
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 Is there a trick you have in mind that you haven't unlocked that you?
Oh yeah, I mean so many. I mean, like a lot of people, I'd love to be able to do a TJ at some point. I've never been able to do that. I think the more immediate goal for me would to be able to do some more triples. I can do a swing open open and a swing swing open triple, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm right now I'm working on like a strict triple, just open open open, and then also trying to do a swing cross open and a swing cross cross. So just yeah, right now that's kind of the goal, to work on some triples. Um, Sometimes I've got some more immediate like goals with other things, and I'll work on them for a while and then kind of get frustrated and drop them for a couple months and then pick them back up. I was trying to do some go-go's like an inverse, I don't even know if I'm going to
Inverse
say this
toad.
right. Yeah, God.
Yeah.
And I worked on those for a while and kind of, I don't know, I could do one like every once in a while, and then I don't know, I got to come back to
Same
those.
same with me. Same
Yeah.
with me. I
Yeah.
try and I think I like overthink it, like, okay, I'm tall, but my rope is short, so I'm not getting the full, or I'm like spreading the rope too long and
Yeah.
shorting the rope. So I'll just be overthinking it. And then
Yeah.
I'm just like you. I put it down, do something else,
Right.
come back to it.
Yeah. Exactly. Because you still want to have fun, right? In your session. And then
Right.
if
You don't want to leave your session frustrated.
right. I know. What
Do you
about
throw?
you? Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry. I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say,
No. Go ahead.
what about you? Do you have any like immediate goals or any like big time goals you're working on? Tricks?
Um, at the moment, I don't because
Yeah.
I'm everywhere with everything with the beaded and PVC and the heavy rope, and
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for me to just buckle down and do one thing because there's
Yeah.
so many things that I probably can do. Then I don't know. It's so hard to just pick just one. So
Right. I know
and that's
that's the
pro.
thing. That's the
I'm
thing about jump rope is it's so like the possibilities are endless, right? Like you can never get through all of the things. And that's why I love it because it's like there's just so much you can do with it. You'll never get bored, you
Nah,
know?
also I think because like I'm kind of versatile with each rope that is just hard for me to just. Now, if I was just like strictly PVC, then I could probably just tell you simple things like, try to keep my knee straight, or I want to do like a super fast run crossover and do a double under and just come out it smooth, just something like that, but it's just
Yeah.
I'm all over the place, so it's kind of. Do you throw
Yeah.
tantrums?
um, are you asking me that because I'm a redhead and they're known for throwing tantrums? No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry, that didn't come out. I was thinking it,
I'm
but
just kidding.
I was thinking it.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, I know. No. I know the stereotypes. No, I think I'm pretty good. I mean, I definitely get frustrated, but I'm not like the type to like throw my rope down and like, stomp around. I don't really do that, but yeah, internally sometimes I'm like this is stupid. What am I doing today? Or what, some days are like just on Sunday, actually, I went to the gym because it was really cold here, and I thought, well, I'll jump inside, and I don't have much going on today, and I got there, and I was just like, this is not happening. So,
Hmm.
but sometimes you have those days, and I think I just kind of cut my session short and cut my losses and moved on. But no, I don't think I throw like big tantrums, but it is kind of funny when people do that. It's kind of
Oh,
entertaining. Do you?
that's
Do you throw some
that's me.
tantrums?
Oh, my
Oh,
gym
really?
used to.
Okay.
My gym used to it. Like it got to the point where like they don't have to be like physically look at me, but they can just like hear me cuss or they hear a loud whip
Oh,
and
wow.
hit my flesh and they're like,
Yeah.
"Larry, you okay?" And I'm like, "No, okay, you'll do better next time." And then they'll go about their business because
Yeah.
they so used to it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's
crucial.
funny. Well,
It's
do what you got to do to get through the process, right?
come back and fight another day.
Yeah, yeah.
So, another thing that you into is handstands. Now,
Yeah.
is that something that you stem from childhood or something recently or?
Well, so yeah, so again, when I was a kid, I did like a little bit of jump rope, like I mentioned, and then I also did just like a teeny bit of gymnastics, not much, but I loved it, and I could always do a handstand when I was a kid and a cartwheel and some like little basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so then a couple years ago, I kind of came back to it and was like, I'm gonna like, I was just trying a couple handstands and I thought, God, I want to like get better at this. This is so fun. So I just again just kind of picked it back up from as a kid and like that and jump rope. It's honestly just like so fun for me. And I don't think about it like exercise even. It almost feels like you're just like learning a skill. Like you mentioned, like I'm a musician, and so
Mm-hmm.
I almost equate learning jump rope and handstands to like learning an instrument. Like I feel like I felt when I was learning how to play the guitar when I was like a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
where I just want to like keep doing it over and over and over until I get kind of better at it. And
What is
then
your? Oh, sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead. Continue.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, and so that's kind of how I feel. And then the fact that it's exercise is just like a byproduct, which is great. But I don't go into it thinking like I'm gonna get a workout. It's more like let me get better at this skill. So I kind of think about handstands in that way too. Same with jump rope. But yeah, I just started trying to just get better at it. And I've had some help with like a friend that's a gymnastics coach. He's helped me with the handstands a little bit, and just a lot of trial and error, and working on it on my own. So
So, what is your process as far as going into handstands? Like your thought process, like gauging your core, the way your hands is on the ground. As
yeah,
like a kickstand, like the small details, with you in handstands.
yeah. Um, it's interesting. I've learned a lot over the years too, because like I said, I've had some people help me with it, and it's so like nuanced. It's crazy. It's just like every little thing has to kind of line up correctly. But I've figured out it's a lot of like shoulder strength and shoulder mobility, because you really need to get um, your shoulders kind of like stacked over your hips when you're upside down. And of course, you can do like handstands other ways too. There are plenty of people that do handstands and they're not super straight or whatever. But I'm kind of, that's what I'm aiming for anyway, is like a really nice stacked handstand. So
Perfectionist,
yeah, I mean, we can try, right?
right?
um, but yeah, I mean, I think it is core, and it's a lot of shoulder strength and a lot of shoulder mobility. So I've been trying to work on that, like, and there's, kind of like people are always chasing the TJ and jump rope. There's a
Hmm.
handstand move that I'm always chasing, which is called a press handstand, where you start with your feet and your hands on the ground, and your legs just like slowly come up into a handstand. Instead of like jumping up, you're like, do you know what I'm talking about? Can you
So
visualize
do
this?
you do? So it's like, you press up into like a L sit and then you go backwards.
Well, you can do it like that as an L. I think that might be harder, but this would be like a straddle. So you start with your legs together, and
Oh,
then
so your hands will be inside your legs and
yeah, so your hands
okay,
are,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Your hands are on the ground already, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're like sort of leaning forward, and you let your butt kind of goes over your shoulders, and then you
Right.
gradually bring your legs up into a straddle and then to a handstand. So it's called a press handstand. And I can't do it. I've been working on it for years. It's so hard. Some people can just kind of naturally do it for various reasons, but that's sort of like the TJ of handstands for me. Is like I'm constantly like chasing this move, and I don't know if I'll ever get it. I mean, who knows?
You'll get it.
But
That sounds like a lot of like a hip hinge and core stability. Then
yeah,
you transfer to your shoulders. It
yes.
sounds like a lot. Is there any exercise that you do in the gym to like that you incorporate, um building that strength to that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to do, talking about core, a lot of like, and I think this is a typical gymnastics thing, like just hollow body holds, even just like, this is just good for handstands in general. Like if, like even standing up, just trying to just like hold a handstand shape standing up, or
Mm-hmm.
laying on the ground, just doing that kind of like hollow body hold. It's so much harder than you think. You would think it'd be easy just to like stand up and like keep
Oh
everything
no.
tight, but it's hard. It's so
No,
hard.
I
Like,
have tried it a couple of times. It
yeah,
leaves me shaking a little bit.
yeah. So I do a lot of that, and then also I've been working on um oh shoot, now I'm forgetting the name for it. But if you're sitting on the ground, it's a lot of like um I can't think of what it's called. So like if you're sitting in a straddle and you just lift like one leg up or both legs up. Do you know what I'm saying? While staying seated. So you're just moving your legs up and down. Um, I'll
But you're
think
not
of the
using your
word.
hands?
No, you can use your hands to kind of like balance, but it's like hip flexion, or oh gosh. I posted a little story on this a couple of days ago. I'm forgetting all of the terms, but it helps with like your like hip flexors,
Yeah,
basically. So that will
abductors
help.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll think of it later. I'm sorry.
Do you do any I want to say pike push-ups or
Yeah.
um
Yeah,
it's
give me
something I
some
do with the
tips.
Huh?
I said, give me some tips. If you've got some ideas, let me know.
Well, I don't know if it'd be like because I could tell you right now I suck at handstands, but it's just something that I do with this stability ball where
Oh
like my
yeah.
feet would be on the ball, my hands be on the ground, and I kind of pike up.
Yeah.
Like, do you do something like that?
Yes, I do those. Those are great too. Yeah, for sure. Because that'll get your core and your shoulders and give you the feeling of coming up over your shoulders too.
Do you have a TRX suspension thing
That's another
strap?
good one. Yeah, I've
You
tried.
have that?
I've not at home, but the gym that I go to has it, and I've actually tried doing putting my feet in the TRX straps and trying to like slowly like go up into a handstand. Pretty funny. The other week I tried it and completely like bailed, and then my feet were stuck in the straps, and I was like, "Is anybody watching me right now?" Because I look ridiculous. But those are actually good too. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Cause last week I don't know the young lady. It just popped up on my feed, and
Uh-huh.
she did that on the TRX, and she completely like did a like a wing with her feet and went
Yeah,
straight
like that.
up
That's
with the
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's like the
you
press
might follow
handstand.
the same person I'm talking about.
Oh
After the
yeah.
interview, I might shoot you the her
Okay, yeah, do.
profile.
Yeah, please. Oh, you mentioned tricks, jump rope tricks that I want to do.
Hmm.
Another one is the frog because I love handstands so much. You would think I could do a frog, but I can't do a frog. Not yeah, the frog, yeah. Sometimes I get the terms mixed up, but you would think because I could do a handstand, I could do a frog, but I can't. I've been working on it off and on for forever and I
I'm
can't do
scared.
it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of the push up type
Yeah.
power move, but I think it's uh, have to do a lot of with the hips.
Yeah.
Getting the hips up before like instead of jumping forward, you gotta get the hips up or something like that.
Yeah. I know I've talked to Coach Chris about it. I've talked to Nate about it. I've talked to Mike about it. I've talked to, I think I just, yeah, I'm not getting my hips up high enough to clear the rope. That's my problem. I'm not, um, I'm just not getting there. But anyway,
It
I
it's a
will
mental
keep working
thing.
on it. Yeah, I think it might be too, for sure. Yeah.
Let's transition to your music career. I didn't
Okay.
know this, and so I did a little research.
Okay.
Maybe I was doing a little stalking. Um, you have dropped some albums.
Yeah.
Yeah. What genre of music do you create or produce?
I guess I would consider it like rock. Maybe like indie rock kind of. Yeah, or some people might just consider it like singer-songwriter. I don't know. But yeah, but basically I play guitar mainly. That's like my main instrument and sing and write all my own songs. And so I mostly play electric guitar, so that's why I would sway more to like the rock side of things. But
Hmm.
so it's not like super folky or anything necessarily. So yeah, I would say rock.
And
But
how
yeah,
long?
I'm
Oh, sorry,
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go.
How long have you been a musician?
I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was, like maybe nine or 10. So a long time. And then writing songs probably when I was like started writing songs when I was a teenager.
Hmm.
So all my music is just self-released. So I've never been like signed to a label or anything, but I just, self-release everything. But I put my first record out when I was 18.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah. So I feel like, I've been at it for a while and still kind of plugging away. But yeah, it's kind of tough to like, make a living at this point. So I teach music. So I teach guitar lessons um, and mostly guitar, but I teach ukulele too. So that's kind of like my supplemental job, which is
Right.
great. I've been teaching for forever, and so I love doing that. And then I'm still just trying to make music when I can on my own.
And you also study music, right? You went to a university
Yeah,
for it.
I did. I went to University of Miami down in Florida, and I actually studied classical guitar, which I don't,
Oh,
yeah, I don't keep up with classical as much these days, but it was cool. It was like a good experience to just get better at guitar. And um, I mean, I always was kind of more down the path of like working on my own music, but at the time it was kind of cool because that was like my major in college was classical guitar, and I was always like working on my own music on the side too. So,
is we ever going to see a mashup of jump rope, handstand, and you ripping the guitar on your
oh
content?
my gosh, that'd be so funny. You know what? I was thinking about how you know how sometimes you see like these guys like I can't remember. It might have even been like you know how Flight Crew does the March Madness thing? I think it's happening right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Didn't one year they do something where they like used like not an actual jump rope, like somebody used like a like a headphone cable or something crazy and jump through it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember them doing that,
Okay.
but I
But
have
somebody
seen
did
people.
something.
I have seen people do something like that, or they did like they got like some tissue or some toilet paper, and they were like
Oh
mimicking
yeah.
doing the mambo and stuff with it, stuff like that.
Right, right. Okay, so I had this thought of like it would be kind of funny if I took a guitar cable because it almost is kind of like the sort of thickness of a PVC rope. I'm like, what if I could like turn that into a jump rope, like jump, do some kind of trick with it, and then plug it into the amp and then play. I don't know.
Oh, you
So
should do that.
well, I actually signed up for. I have a friend of mine who's doing this charity event coming up, and they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do something called a guitarioke, like karaoke but for guitar, and it's
Mm-hmm.
meant to just be fun and silly. And I signed up to play, and so I was like, maybe I could do something kind of funny, like pretend like I'm jump roping with the guitar
The
cable,
cable,
and
and
then
then you plug it up. You should
so
totally
it
do
might
that.
happen, and then maybe I'll do a handstand after and put it all together, like you said.
You should totally. You're gonna be sitting on the stool, so you're gonna do a handstand on the stool.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'll probably fall over.
I don't know because if I'm not mistaken, like I seen you do a handstand on these two.
Oh, canes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just getting into that. I'm like just kind of learning, but yeah, I have to like just to get on those, I have to like be up against a wall and like crawl up the wall with my feet just to like get up. So I'm just barely scratching the surface with that. But yeah, they're cool. I mean, the idea is I think like with the canes and also blocks, like handstand blocks are just like blocks you put on the ground.
Yes.
I think it helps you kind of train for one-armed handstands and things like that, like harder tricks down the road, which I'm not there at all.
Oh,
But yeah, yeah, a lot of
yeah.
like,
Well, you kind of stopped me from my next question then.
oh, okay.
Oh, well, okay.
What
So
is
you
that?
said one arm handstand. So you think that you would be able to do a handstand and do like shoulder taps
Oh my gosh. I
doing a
don't
handstand?
I don't think I could. I mean, I could up against a wall if I was like leaning against a wall. I could do that, but not just like in the middle of the room.
Nah.
But there are a lot of like amazing handstanders that can do that for sure.
So could you think you can tell me three things or three words where you can compare jump rope, handstand, and playing the guitar? Like the
Oh,
similarities. Like if you can
okay.
come up with three things, what would they be?
Okay. Well, I think skill is maybe one of them. Like I was saying, I feel like I compare learning jump rope like I would learn an instrument. Like I feel like it's a skill that I just want to get better at.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so maybe that would be one. I think precision is another. So like even if you don't get precise at something, I think that's the goal. I think that's the goal for me when I'm trying to jump rope. Like I want it to look good. I
I
want
like
it
that
to like
word. I like that
yeah.
choice of word right
All
there.
right,
Precision.
cool.
I
Yeah.
like that.
And I feel like that when I play guitar too, you want things to be precise. And then like you don't want it to be too precise. Like you want a style and you want it to sound cool. So it's the same with jump rope. It's like there's so many jumpers that are super precise, but they have their style, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm just somebody like Devin is coming to mind, like he's just like super I'm sure he can be super precise and he is super precise, but he has like a style and so he can do whatever he wants because he already has that foundation of being really precise. I'm
Right.
guessing. You know what I'm saying? Um and then maybe gosh, another thing. Yeah, I think creativity is another one. I think I'm having so much fun just being creative with jump rope,
Mm-hmm.
um, that I kind of compare that to music. I feel super creative when I'm playing music. I feel super creative when I'm jumping rope. So I think, yeah, for me, I'm like always kind of comparing music and what I've done my whole life with music, to like this newer skill that I'm trying to develop. So it's been so fun. Like obviously, I just like, yeah, I'm so lucky that I found this it like later in life, kind of so to speak. That it's just like it's been just so much
Feel
fun.
like one of those things that you wish that you discovered like early in life, like when you were younger, but
Yeah.
it happened when it supposed to happen.
Right. Yeah. I know. I mean, obviously, things are always easier to learn when you're younger. I mentioned I teach guitar lessons, and kids pick up on things so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just harder when you're older to learn a new thing, to learn a new skill. But I mean, I think if you're willing to keep working on it, I think you can get decent at something even at a later age.
Right. And you always
Yeah.
think like, man, I would have been a beast if I started this earlier.
Did you pick up jump rope later, or had you always
I
been
mean,
jumping?
I think the story is the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Like as a kid,
Yeah.
growing up, like everybody was. I ain't gonna say everybody, but some of the people in the neighborhood they was doing double dutch, and so
Yeah.
at that time they used to swing the rope too fast for me to like do one step at the time. So I kind of just like mega jump and watch the rope go around me 3 times, and they always used to say I'm cheating.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think in 2017 I kind of picked it back up and tried to do like one of the jump rope dudes workouts at the
Yeah.
gym.
They
But
were some of the first people that I like found online through
yeah,
YouTube. Yeah.
so I was terrible. The only thing I can do was like running crossovers, not
Uh-huh.
as efficient, but and some double unders, but that was
Yeah.
about it. And then then when the pandemic hit, so that's when I kind of seen rushing videos before the
Yeah.
pandemic hit, and so I was like, okay, let me try this. But the only thing he had on his website at the time was the heavy rope. So I was like, okay, let
Oh.
me just get the heavy rope. So when I tell people that I started my journey with the heavy rope, they were like, man, you started the game in superstar mode. Like you didn't want to take it easy. And I never thought
Wow.
about that, but
Wow.
uh,
Yeah. You went
so it's been
straight.
like, yeah, I went straight to hard mode.
Gosh.
It been like I think the same for you by like 3 years,
Yeah.
and I'm still learning. There's still
Yeah.
so much to learn.
Oh yeah. There's so much. Speaking of jump rope dudes, I used to do like the same jump rope dudes video. At the time, they were called like Zen Dude
Zendu
Nation or something.
Fitness,
Yeah,
Zendu Fitness. What's
yeah,
up, players?
yeah. I swear I did this one video. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like hundreds of times. I'm sure that because I don't know. It was like the only thing that I found at the time, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll do. It was a 10-minute jump rope thing and had a little warm up, and then they did like a couple little different moves, and then he would like end with doubles, and he would always say like, and if you can't do doubles, just do fast singles or something, and I'd just be doing the singles at the end because I couldn't do doubles. But yeah, I used to do that one all the time. I was messaging with uh Steph in Vancouver.
Yeah, Steffi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. She and I talked about that. She's like, I used to do those videos too. So anyway, but yeah, that's cool.
Oh man. Um. let's do some rapid questions.
Okay.
So, pizza or Philly cheesesteak sandwich?
Oh man, pizza. I think,
Hmm.
yeah.
A pizza, okay. Toes or Legos?
uh, Toads.
Toes.
Yeah.
So you already say you're doing triple unders, so you might pick that over double unders.
Oh, I don't
Um,
know. I think some doubles feel easier than triples. They're so hard. It's like all I can do to try and get a couple triples in.
how you done any other variations of a double under, trip
Yeah.
combo or something?
Yeah, I've been working on those too. Or I try to, but I can do um I've been working on like open cross and cross open and cross and swing cross. So I can do all those, but I haven't ever done a double under switch cross. That's one I'd like to be able to do. I need to just try it a couple more times, but
Can you do a
uh,
regular switch cross?
yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's not that easy. It's just like the mental thing of not
Yeah.
getting that second cross in time when you jump. But
Yeah.
um, it's funny because I unlocked the switch cross double under before I can fully unlock the cross open.
Single? Oh,
No, no,
really?
double under. Yeah, it was. I don't
Wow.
know. It was just it's backwards to me because I can never
Yeah.
do it consecutively.
Yeah.
But I can do the switch cross double under, and that was just with ease. And
Wow. Well, I saw you the other day. Weren't you just doing backwards double under switch cross?
oh, yeah,
Were you doing that like yesterday or something? That's cool. That was
yeah.
cool.
Um,
That's
and
awesome.
that's funny because that's something that I used to work on earlier. Probably
Yeah.
like maybe like year one, just
Yeah.
doing backward skills and saying
Yeah.
like, what if I can do this? So let me try it. At first, it was a little messy because I used to land real low to the ground and just barely getting the rope under me. But
Hmm.
yeah, yesterday I was like, let me see if I can get, what I'm saying, a little better with this. So that's the best I can do right now. I mean, it
Yeah,
looked
it looked
it
good.
looked easy, or it looked like I did it with ease, but yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
And I be
Yeah,
trying
that's
to get
cool.
more people into that, but it just because it's going backward, it's like no, that's mind boggling. I can barely do it
Uh-huh.
forwards. So
Yeah, I like doing backwards stuff. I've been trying to work on just regular backwards doubles because those are pretty weak for me. And I can only do um like maybe two or three in a row. And I'm every time I do it, my arms go wider and I keep trying to tell myself not to do that. But that's something I
wh-
keep going back to.
um, that's two more than I can do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's two more I can do.
Ah, but you're doing backwards double under switch cross.
Yeah, I know that do sound kind of. Oh, do you have a specific style that you categorize your jump rope skills, or
Oh,
or like with your handstand? Like me, I'm kind of like versatile. I'm all over the place, so I try to
yeah.
mix like a cross, a turn, maybe some footwork if I can manage it into like
Yeah.
a combo. So
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think I know kind of what I'm not. I can tell you that.
do
I
tell.
think I'm not a super fitnessy jump roper, meaning like I'm not in it for like fitness gains per se. I mean, I love seeing jumpers that are like that, but that's not
Hmm.
my goal. So I don't think I'm out there doing like squat double unders and stuff. Um, and I like doing footwork sometimes, but I'm not like just all about footwork. And I can't do like power moves. I wish I could do a couple power moves. So anyway, I don't know. I think that kind of deduces it down to like, I do like leg crosses and I like releases and I'm trying to get better at some doubles and some multiples. And so that's kind of where I am, and just having fun with it. And I like things to like look good. So I try to do my best to make it like look cool. I don't know if it does, but that's another thing. Because some of my favorite I almost said drummers. Some of my favorite jumpers. Some of my favorite jumpers, I feel like they just look so cool. Like Sarah from Germany, Sarah Jump Rope.
Oh, I didn't know
Her
she was from
style,
Germany.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Her style is like, oh, so good. Selena, everything just looks like so nice. And anyway, and so that's kind of what I strive for. I'll never reach those limits, but but that's what I strive for.
Are you one of those that like you complete a take and then you look at it like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't like how they look. Let me go try this again, do a retake.
Sometimes, although I don't think I'm like too much of a perfectionist, because sometimes I'm like, well, that was good enough. I'm happy with that, and I know it's not perfect. So, but I think it's good to have a little bit of that, like, oh, I can do that a little better. Let me try that again.
I,
You don't want
I
to
need
just
to
walk.
learn. I need to learn to be like that because I will like it. Like I know that it came out clean, but it's just like I'm such a self critic, and I look at it like, nah. Let me see if I can like get this knee a
Yeah.
little straighter. Just
Oh,
do
yeah. I
look
mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like that too, for sure. But then sometimes I just reach a point where I'm like, well, this is as good as it's going to get. We got to move on, But I think it's good to have a little bit of that, um, wanting to get better. It's the same in music too, when I have like my guitar students, and some of them are kind of like, that was perfect, right? And I'm like, not really. You could be a little more critical of yourself, but I don't want to knock you down, but maybe try it again. So it's good to have a balance, I think, for sure.
So talk about coaching. So, like you say, you teach
Yeah.
kids, and but
Uh-huh.
you also seek coaching yourself with jump rope
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
handstands. Now, as far as like, is your approach to your kids is the same as your coach's approach to you? Like,
Oh, that's a good question.
the coaching style. Like, a good coach have to be able to deliver a message to their clients or whoever they helping a
Yeah.
certain way where they can like take it and not be like like with me, for example, like if somebody coaching me, they can be a little hard on me because I could take criticism,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then some people just like can't handle that. So is it like
Mm.
when you teach your kids, is it the way that you want somebody to teach you,
Yeah,
or is it
that's a
just
great
like
question.
something different?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I'm teaching music lessons, I feel like I'm probably a little too much of a softie. Like I could probably be, because I think I'm a little too nice sometimes, and I think, like you said, if I had someone coaching me in jump rope or whatever, I probably would want I want them to be a little more critical, just so you get more out of it. So I think it depends on the student and the personality, but yeah, I might be a little bit of a softie when it comes to my students. Um, but again, like I said, it depends on the student. And some of my students, I can tell it's just like another like after school activity. And some of them, it's like they're more serious about it. So the ones that I know are more serious about it, then I probably give a little more
Right.
critique too, if that makes sense.
No, that made perfect sense because that's you just knowing how to coach and identify who can do what and take
Yeah.
what you did shot.
Right. Trying. But yeah, I mean, I've been, lucky to get some good coaching from this jump rope community, which has been awesome. Like I did Nate's online program, Flow and Grind, which was awesome. And then
Oh,
yeah, and then I do coaching, or I get coaching from Coach Chris, and I did a couple months coaching online with Mike Fry too. So I'm like, it's they're all just like so amazing, and I think, why not try and like soak it all in and get as much info as you can from these guys that are, the
Right, that's
pros.
the pros, yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being coach. I know I had a conversation with a few people that was like they don't, you know what I'm saying, don't kind of see it because they can self teach themselves just by watching.
Yeah.
But there's always like those little small details or small things that make a big difference that we often don't see it ourselves. Even
Oh,
with me,
yeah.
like I had a few sessions with Rush
Oh,
couple of
yeah.
times, and like even though like I knew the skills and I knew how to do the skills, it was just making them more efficient and cutting out like some movement to making them more efficient, and that's what something I couldn't teach myself because
Definitely.
I was
Yeah.
just looking at the skills at that point and just happy I can do them. Like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Okay, well, can you do this and connect this together?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then so I'm just like flying this away and flying this away. Like, okay, I see you can do it, but can you do it in one spot? And so that's something, those small details that I had to learn for myself to like, okay, now I got to do this and stay in one spot. So
Yeah. 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 I feel like I should know this about you, but are you a trainer? Like, are you like a fitness trainer?
I know.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were, because
Probably because like just probably like whatever I post on the stories and I just give a little detail about it. But nah, I'm not a personal trainer.
oh, okay.
I did get personal trainer recently.
Uh huh.
So there was a and like I say, even with that, like it was just like them small little
Hmm.
details and I was just unlocking big progressions.
That's awesome. Was that with some like weight training stuff you were doing, like weightlifting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. I'm like
Yep.
just trying to start doing a little bit of that. I've never done it in my life before, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get into it. But I think I need to get a trainer for that just to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Right. And that's the
Yeah.
important thing. And then after that, it's just you just gonna be in unlock mode.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I wish I was. I should. I wish I was. Um,
Yeah.
I
Is that
tried to
something you
do.
thought about doing?
n- Not really. It was
No.
just for me and myself, personally, because like I said, I was kind of skinny at the time, so I was just trying to gain some little muscles, trying to gain some
Uh huh.
endurance, and I have thought about coaching jump rope, but
Yeah.
well, the thing is to me, and I might be sounding like I'm making an excuse, but like my style of jumping is kind of like almost outdated, I guess. And the sport had moved on to like footwork and releases, and I'm not too efficient
Uh,
at that. I mean, I could do
oh, I don't
releases,
know.
but I can't teach you. You know what I'm saying? Properly how to
Right.
release and wrist pop and something like that. So
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I bet you could. I bet you could coach somebody. Especially like a beginner. They might not know what direction they want to go in. So some just the basic stuff. I'm sure.
oh well, yeah,
Like,
probably the
yeah.
basis, but yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying like I'm not saying you could just do the basics. I'm sure you could offer a lot in that way.
No, no, I totally get what you're saying. There's always an opportunity to coach somebody because there's
Yeah.
somebody that doesn't know anything. I'm messing with the light in front of me.
Oh. Um.
Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I've had a couple friends that I've gotten together with just for fun, and I've shown them some jump rope tricks,
mm-hmm.
and that was kind of fun. And then the gym that I joined for a minute there, they were like, "Oh, would you want to teach like a jump rope class?" Anyway, it turned out because I'm not a trainer, so I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe there was some, uh, maybe issues with it being like
You need to be certified
legit.
or
Yeah, yeah.
something. Yeah.
Anyway, it kind of fell through, and I'm fine with that anyway because I was sort of like, I don't know if I want to, if I'm qualified to do this or if I even want to. I mean, I'm happy to, like, if I was hanging out with some people and they wanted to learn some basic stuff, if I could help them, I would, but I don't know. It might take the fun out of it for me if I had to go in the teaching route.
Right. Turn it into a job or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you been to any meetups?
Oh yeah, so actually I got to go to a London meetup, which was awesome. That was in November.
Ah,
Yeah, my husband and I were traveling over there anyway, and it kind of coincided with that London meetup that was happening at the time. And so that was a like a Coach Chris one, and that was awesome. That was really fun to like meet a bunch of jumpers over there.
you know,
That was the first
come to
one.
think about it, I want to say I do remember that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was back in November.
Was it in
And
Hyde Park?
no, this one ended up being inside because the weather was really bad. So like
Mm-hmm.
Chris was awesome, like kind of
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I,
Last minute he like secured the spot inside, which was so nice because it was like pouring the whole time. But yeah, it was really cool. I got to meet Sasha from New Zealand because
oh, she
she was
made it
traveling
there.
through London too. Yeah. So that was really cool. And just meeting all those UK jumpers and meeting Chris was awesome. So, but I'm going to go to the New York one in April. I'll be there. Are you going?
I won't be able to make it.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Didn't
yeah. I
you
kind
go? Did you go to a New York one before?
in August.
Okay. How was that?
Yeah. That was my first time in New York,
Yeah. Oh,
and
wow.
that was like the longest, shortest 2 day
Oh, my
weekend.
God. Yeah.
Cause we walked so much, and
Yeah.
basically all of us was kind of injured in some
Oh,
small
no.
way, and to be doing all that walking, and then I don't know how
Jump
many
rope.
hours we jumped at the meetup,
So you were
but
like
to see all,
destroyed.
but we still walked some more
Yeah.
afterwards. That's the thing, though.
Yeah. Oh, my
But
gosh.
to see all my peeps there in New York, man, that was the best thing right there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I ain't and I didn't take no footage,
Oh,
and I didn't
yeah.
get to greet and meet everybody because I kind of just got caught up seeing like the people I usually talk to online, and
Yeah. 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 That's
but that
okay
was
though.
super
I mean,
fun though.
yeah, I mean, the London one was the first jump rope meetup I've ever been to, and I think I spent more time just talking to people than I did actually jumping. I was so excited just to like meet people in person. So I'm sure
J-
I'll probably do that in New York. I'll probably just talk to people the whole time.
oh no, you gotta take footage
Yeah,
and
I
do a
know. I'll
duet,
try. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll
a
be
handstand
fun.
duet.
Okay. I'll try and get somebody to do a handstand with me. But yeah, other than that, I have do you know Leanne? Leanne jumps. You ever heard of her? She used to be a competitive jumper, and then when she was a kid, she lives in Germany now, but she's American. I don't know if you know
Did
her.
she have like a heart problem?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh,
She had
okay,
a
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, so she used to live near me, and so she and I have gotten together a couple times, maybe like 3 or 4 times, and did some jumping together, and that's been awesome because like, she's like a real deal,
And she
jumper. Like, she
always
used to
have a smile on her face.
yeah, she's amazing. So when we first were messaging about meeting up, I was like, "You want to meet up with me?" Like, I'm like,
Oh, you
maybe
got
it's just because
starstruck.
I know. Well, just because she's so good, I was like, "What am I gonna contribute to this meeting?" But it's been fun. I mean, like I said, she lives in Germany now. She's over there and studying and working and stuff, but she used to live just like 45 minutes away. So we would meet up, and that was really fun. So those are the only kind of meetups I've done. But I'm looking forward
Oh,
to New York. Yeah.
yeah, I wish I could. It just I started this new job and it's just too soon for me to
Mm,
just try to take off.
gotcha.
But I am due for another one though. I'm definitely due for another one.
Yeah. Would you have anybody in your area that you like to jump with? Like, have you ever done like some kind of meeting in your hometown?
So I stay like 2 hours from St. Louis. So
Yeah.
St. Louis the closest that I know people that jumps, but
Yeah.
here not too many people really jump,
Hmm.
and then when they see me, it's like I don't know, they get intimidated or they be like,
Uh,
no. Like
yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
So it's just mainly been me. Which
Gotcha.
is which is sad though, cause well to me personally it is kind of sad, but it's alright, I
Yeah.
guess.
Are there some jumpers that you know in St. Louis? Like, would you go take the drive there?
Yeah, I know two people.
Uh-huh.
I know two people for sure,
Yeah.
but I had to take a weekend and go up there and meet up with
Right,
them.
right. Yeah.
So, do you have anything else? Would you like to say any positive in off on a positive note? Any positive message?
Oh man. Um, I don't know. I just think it's cool that jump rope is like connects all of us, right? Like I'd never be sitting here talking to you if it weren't for jump rope, and that's so cool. So I think it's just like it's such a great community and such a great sport. I'm just happy I found it.
Yeah, we'll end it
Yeah.
with that.
All right.
All right, peeps. There you have it, Miss Emily, Miss Handstand, Miss String Popper. Oh, that didn't sound right. Sorry. Anyway,
It's all
I am your
good.
host, L.R.Player. This is Miss Emily, and
Thanks
we'll
for
catch you
having
next
me.
time. Say it again.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. See ya.
All right, tune in, subscribe, drop her a cool comment in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.